Hi, this is Rainbow Unicorn Cat 1. As you know, Corinne Tan gets a baby brother in the second book. So I thought it would be a great idea to make a baby carrier so Corinne could carry him. In this video, I'll show you two versions of the baby carrier. The first one is easier and requires no sewing. The second one is more advanced, but the result is amazing. And by the way, if you enjoy American Girl content and not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. And turn on the notification bell so YouTube will let you know every time I post a new video. We usually post every Wednesday and Saturday, but this month I'll be posting every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I post American Girl news, reviews, and crafts. Now let's start with the baby carrier. For the first version, you'll need felt, Velcro, and ribbon. I got this yellow felt from Walmart. It was thick enough for this craft. The felt from Dollar Tree that I used for the diaper is a bit too thin. First, you'll need to download the pattern from the description, then trace it onto the felt and cut it out. This is what it should look like. The next step is purely decorative. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. I'm going to glue this piece of ribbon to the front of the carrier. I got this ribbon at Dollar Tree. It's about 1.7 centimeter wide. Now I'm going to cut two pieces of ribbon 25 centimeters each. Then I'm going to glue them to the top of the carrier. Now you'll need to cut two more pieces of ribbon, 36 centimeters for the top one, and 38 centimeters for the bottom one. Now glue them to the carrier. And by the way, you guys might have noticed I'm using fabric glue, but I'm sure you can use different types of glue as well. Just Google if they can be used for felt or ribbon. And now I'm going to glue the front of the carrier to the back using hot glue gun. I think the baby carrier is actually starting to look like a baby carrier. Now I'm going to grab these fastener dots from Dollar Tree and attach them to the upper and lower straps. The straps that will go around our American Girl doll body. Now I'm going to measure 8.5 centimeters on the side strap and mark it. Then I'm going to measure 17 centimeters on the vertical strap and also mark it. Now make sure the marks meet at the same spot and glue the straps together. Do the same thing on the other side. This baby carrier is so close to completion. I think it looks great. Now cut two pieces of ribbon 8.5 centimeters each. Glue them to the front of the carrier. Attach the fastener dots to the ends of the strips. And our carrier is completely ready. Let's try to put baby Blix in it. And by the way, if you're using hot glue for some of the steps, I recommend using high quality glue sticks, not the ones you can find at Dollar Tree. That glue is not as durable for this craft. I don't think this craft was too difficult. It took a bit of time, but it came out pretty good. I'm actually impressed. It came out so much better than I expected. We did not get to sew a single stitch. The next version will require sewing. It is more complicated, but it looks so professional. I totally prefer it over the first version. So for the second version, you'll need a fabric of your choice, some ribbon, mine was from Dollar Tree and it was 1.7 centimeters wide, fabric glue, sewing supplies, Velcro, and 2 rings from milk carton. I'm going to fold my fabric in half. As you can see, it has this trim, which I'm going to use in my design. Because one side is already finished, I'm not going to have any sewing allowance on that side. Now I'm going to trace the pattern and sew along the lines. You can hand sew or use a sewing machine. After the sewing part is done, I'm going to cut out this piece. Here you can see I'm cutting some seam allowance on the back piece. If you don't have a piece that's finished on the front, you give seam allowance to both of them. Now you can turn this piece inside out. The next step is optional. I'm going to put some filling in that part. I have this very thin foam. It was less than ½ centimeters thick, but you can use any other kind of stuffing or no stuffing at all. Now I'm going to cut 2 pieces of ribbon, 25 centimeters each. You can either sew them to the front part or use fabric glue. Make sure the straps are not parallel to each other, but slightly divergent from each other. Now I'm going to sew the straps to the front piece. Next, I'm going to fold the back piece inside of this part. You can either hot glue it or sew it together using the invisible stitch. Now I'm going to decorate the front of the carrier with this ribbon. This step is optional. You can sew it on or glue it using the fabric glue. Now you're going to grab the piece of the pattern that looks like this. Fold your fabric in half and trace the pattern. Secure the 2 layers of fabric with pins. Cut it out with about 1 centimeter allowance. Now we're going to sew along these lines. You can hand sew or use a sewing machine. It should look kind of like a bag. Now turn it inside out. Make sure that the shape is good. Sometimes pieces of fabric get crinkled in the corners. I'm going to use the same foam to stuff this piece as well. You don't have to use any stuffing at all. Now you need to fold the seam allowance in and either glue it with fabric glue or sew it with the invisible stitch. So now it kind of looks like a pillow. Now I'm going to get 2 of the rings you can find in a milk or orange juice carton. Now I'm going to sew these rings to the top of this part. I'm going to make sure that my ribbon fits through the rings. Now you're going to cut 2 more pieces of ribbon, 36 centimeters for the top ribbon, 38 centimeters for the bottom ribbon. You can either glue them on with fabric glue or sew them. Now we're going to sew 2 big white parts together. Let's put baby Blikes in to see if everything fits. Looks good to me. Now we're going to sew the sides of the carrier together. Now you need to pull the ribbons through the rings. fits. You don't need to do that. You just need to attach 2 Velcro dots to each strap. Now you can see exactly where to sew horizontal straps to the vertical straps. Wow, this came out looking so professional. I'm actually blown away. I really like how the colors go well together. I kind of tried to coordinate it with Corinne's color scheme. Guys think? Do you like this carrier or the first one better? Are you gonna try to make one yourself? And by the way, please let me know if you're interested in beginner sewing videos. If a lot of people are interested, I might do those. Here are 2 carriers side by side. The one that we have to sew is a little bit more durable, but I think they both look pretty good. And the great thing about making your own clothes for American Girl dolls is you can customize it. I got to pick the ribbon and the fabric. You guys can pick whichever fabric and ribbon you'd like. Just follow your imagination. By the way, please let me know in the comments which one of these 2 carriers you prefer. And if you're going to make one, let me know when you do. And if you have Instagram and are gonna post the carrier there, please tag me. And by the way, if you got baby Blicks or taking care of baby set, you might be wondering how to get more outfits or accessories for your mini babies. I will be posting more crafts for mini babies in the following weeks, but also tomorrow I'll be posting a new video. I'll show you exactly where you can buy outfits and accessories for mini babies. Make sure to check it out. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button. And if you like American Girl content and not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. And turn on the notification bell so YouTube will let you know every time I post a new video. We usually post every Wednesday and Saturday, but this month I'll be posting every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thanks for watching and see you next time!